Peach isn't a human. That's right. Your favorite princess isn't who she seems to be. Who is this Princess Peach? If that even is her real name! But what am I talking about? Other than corrupt monarchical rulers lying to your face about their past! No. I'm talking about the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe Edition for Nintendo Switch. I know, catchy title for a game. Recently, in a Nintendo Direct, Nintendo gave us a little teaser for new power-ups and characters you're able to play as in the game. As it is the Deluxe Edition, so it better add some stuff. One of the more interesting additions is the addition of Toadette, and not Captain Toad. Really missing a good PR move here, Nintendo. Though I suppose Toadette adds a girl character. I mean, who really wants to play as the yellow Toad? But why remove the blue and obviously superior Toad for the lame-o color? Ugh! Anyways, back to Toadette. It seems that Nintendo love to mess up their own canon just for a few giggles. And market research. But this time around, they've added a Toadette-only power-up, which is a bit odd. Toadette, upon getting this new power-up in the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe Edition, is able to transform into Peachette, which looks like a somewhat smaller version of Peach. There are a few other differences, though. Let's see. Eye color is gray instead of blue, her hair is in 2 braids, much like Toadette's braids, and her dress is quite different, with a large bow and ruffles, along with large bulbous brown shoes. And to top it all off, literally, her crown is different. And with this information, my head just begins swirling with ideas, wondering what the possible explanation could be. Because I love doing that to myself. It really sucks. Also, doing so is just what a lot of people love. I mean, fear of the unknown is the #1 fear. Boom! So don't you worry, I'm here to help you sleep at night, by which I mean give you a possible answer to this query, a hypothesis, a theory. I mean, after all, this new info means that Peach could very well just be a toad with a crown mushroom. Also, that's what I'm going to call it from now on to clear things up, a crown mushroom. This power-up, this crown mushroom, looks like a pink mushroom inside of what looks like a cartoony version of the princess crown. And it has eyes. I mean, why does everything have to have eyes these days? I mean, Peach is human, right? She looks like one. And, I mean, I know humans. Like, I'm a human 100% of the way. And Peach looks human to me. But what actual evidence do we have that Peach is indeed human, In Mario's case, we know he's from Brooklyn, like our Brooklyn from Earth. It's canon. Whatever Mario canon is these days. But Peach, well, we don't really know much about her backstory, do we? We don't know whether or not her father is human, or her mother is human, or if both of her parents, or one of her parents, or neither of her parents are human, as we never really see her parents, the king and queen of the Mushroom Kingdom, as in at all. As far as the games go, the royal family is only alluded to, and the king is mentioned once in a game manual. But we do, however, see a very human-looking grandmother of Peach. But on the other side of the coin, we see that she also has a very toad grandmother. So perhaps she is part human, part toad, thus making her royalty over the Mushroom Kingdom. It's very rare to have an outsider be the ruler of a country, after all. Even more so if they are a different species entirely. The only exception being US presidents since Roosevelt. So could Peach then actually be a toad, but due to her being royalty, they give her this crown and that makes her humanoid? Was she at one point just a regular old toad who inherited the crown? Heck, could she actually just be a democratically elected leader that they just call a princess for whatever reason, and when a new one gets brought in, they just swap the crown around? I feel like it could be very possible that that's what she was, and even still is, possibly. Maybe she actually is just a toad. But Loxton, what about baby Peach? Obviously a human baby. See, your theory is bumpkiss. Ha! I have contributed much to society by proving you wrong with a mere comment. Well, hang on, Smarty. Counterpoint. Peach always wears her crown, even during sports. Possibly because she needs to keep it on to have the super crown power-up function properly and all. Heck, even baby Peach has the little old crown. The one and only time she's not wearing her crown is in Mario Odyssey, which has 3 possible explanations. One is that this is a different Mario timeline, the 3D Mario timeline, wherein she is human all the way. 2, since we see her with Tiara the whole time, perhaps this power was infused into Tiara, and Peach only needs to be close to her for it to work. And 3, Odyssey is far, far along in the Mario timeline, so far that Peach has almost sort of absorbed this mushroom's power infinitely. I mean, look at Mario in Odyssey compared to Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on Nintendo Switch. Mario can't get small or lose his power mushroom in Odyssey like he does in most traditional Mario games. So yes, I'm really just going to explain it away by saying that they were exposed to their power for so long that they lost the ability to revert back to their unpowered states. This is now their new normal. This does bring us to another point though. Why would mushrooms even give power in the first place? I mean, yes, eating things gives you the chemical power to run the biogenerator in your body, but not extreme growth, or turning into a human from a weird toad person. Peachette is weird. But Bowsette's where it's at. Also, her name shouldn't be Bowsette. The et came from Toadette. Are you people stupid? The name Peach and Bowser should come together the same way that Peach and Toadette came together, meaning it should be like Beach. Or Peacher.
Peacher? I hardly know her. I gotta get to know her first.
Huh. Here's a possibility. Toads may be like Smurfs. A society with very few females, primarily ruled over by one alpha, Peach, and one omega, Toadette. Presumably, the omega is there to take over if the alpha perishes. Hence why it's a Toadette-only power-up. So if we look at the Smurfs for comparison, they have very few females, and in fact, only in the Hanna-Barbera cartoon do we see the other 2 females, a child-esque kid-sister character and a loving old grandmother figure, who only really show up for plot points or toward the end of the show's life. But then, unlike the Smurfs, it seems that Toadette isn't the only female Toad. Well, that is until recently. I mean, this new power and lore explanation may be why the more recent Paper Mario games have been slowly burying individual female Toads. Almost like they are trying to fix their lore into a congruent world. Remember all the female Toads from all the previous Paper Marios? Now they're all gone, it's just Toadette. This is the new canon. They've overwrote the stuff. Nintendo canon is never easy. As someone who studies it, let me tell you. And fixing already established canon is tough. Just look at the mess of Metroid Other M. Speaking of Metroid, shameless plug, new Gnoggin merchandise. It's Samus as a magical girl. There's a video about it in the corner. It might be the other corner. I'm terrible at this. But why would a species benefit from being male-dominated in terms of numbers, that is? Well, normally, with the males, you get more testosterone, which helps build muscle and aggression and other strength-related attributes, which generally leads to more survivability. But when it's such a drastic difference in ratios, there's normally another reason. Confusing transition. Are toads kind of like honeybees? Not in the gender ratio way, but in the way that the only thing keeping a female bee from becoming a queen is its diet while a larva? Royal jelly could really just be the super crown mushroom power-up, but for bees. So these specially pampered princess toads get the crown early in life. Baby Peach, just like bee larva. And it helps start her super fast metamorphosis into her becoming human-esque. And it being a power-up really just makes it easy. If Peach dies, just plop the crown on another female toad. It won't be perfect. You'll get Peachette instead of full Peach again. But given time, Peachette loses the et, becomes Peach. It's just like how honeybees will start to form a new queen when their current one is just getting weaker and starting to die. It's just not performing up to snuff. So, Peach, or Princess Toadstool, may actually be a title given to the dominant female. Hence Toadette then getting the name Peachette, a little peach, you know? Because she's the next in command if Peach ever dies. It's much like how Toad is just called Toad. It's his job or place in society. He isn't an individual. He's just Toad. So sad. But there is one more possible explanation, one more theory. And I think this is the one that's probably right. Maybe people wanted to play as Peach. But since the story of this game has Peach kidnapped, Nintendo, the market research geniuses that they are, gave us, the player, a proxy to fill that cute peachy void Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch system has, by letting you power up Toadette into Peach. Side note, every single time I hear a Nintendo representative talk about a game, they almost always have to say, on the Nintendo Switch, after the title. Like, every single time, no joke. I recently met up with a bunch of them, it's absolutely true. Oh, I see you're playing Hyper Light Drifter for the Nintendo Switch system. Yeah, Hyper Light Drifter is like my favorite game ever, and like, it's gonna be great to take it on the go on the Switch. You mean the Nintendo Switch system? Anyway, let's get back to Nintendo's changing of game lore just to add a playable female character. So Peachette fills that role pretty well, and she, being a Peach clone character, means that Peach could still be played, and the real Peach can still play the damsel in distress, as to not change the all-important story. Plus, hey, why should she work at all? She's royalty after all, it's totally plausible. Plus, I mean, if we look at these old images from the Super Mario Bros. Strategy Guide, which is likely not canon, obviously, but we can see that the princess looked rather different at first, and her crown looks a lot like the new power-up. In fact, the power-up looks very similar to the king of the Mushroom Kingdom's crown. I mean, look at them! Even the toads here! They look like humans! Real-life humans, but with a mild theme of mushroom headgear. And if those soldiers are supposed to be toads, then this may be further evidence of evolution on our hands. Perhaps they were human at one point and have become mushroom people from their environment and their diet consisting primarily of power mushrooms. Well, mushrooms do breed by spores, and some of them can grow while in or on hosts. I mean, there's even a zombie mushroom that takes over the brains of ants. Oh dear. What if all of the Star Children are actually just survivors from a space shuttle crash? Essentially, Star Children. Children from the stars, people! And after a while, the native flora absorbed their DNA and are now creating similar versions to further their spread across the universe. What if one-up mushrooms are just small, baby toads who have not matured yet that will one day grow into Mario? What if it's actually just more Marios waiting to rapidly grow once the original Mario dies by taking over the old Mario body and recreating itself from all the one-ups he's carrying, thus continuing the mission? Is our plumber from Brooklyn hiding a dark secret? Has our original Mario been dead for ages? Has he been taken over by the Mushroom Kingdom spores? Is he in reality just a grotesque host for the mushrooms to control with their spores? We then see in Mario Galaxy, they, the mushroom hosts, are befriending Rosalina, who possibly is from the same race as the original Star Children. Is Bowser then just one of the few remaining Star Children who have not been infected due to his love of drastically drier and warmer climates? Or perhaps some turtley immunity? Or better yet, was Bowser taken over by a rival race of mushrooms? I mean, why else would Goombas look the way they do? I mean, the science is there, sheeple! Wake up! Nintendo is predicting the future of our populace. We send off 7 of our children to continue our race, but they ultimately succumb to the dangers of the world they land on, endlessly used as puppets to accomplish tasks in an unknown war of fungi. What if...
Holy Don't you even continue this! We don't need this channel to become this! I can barely stand you right now! Ugh. Oh, don't you worry, he's not dead. Just incapacitated for a while. A while longer now. Well, I guess I have to do the outro this time. Never stop using your noggin or you'll end up like that guy. Also, I have merch in case you're the kind of loser who wears this crap.